There are multiple types of animals that can be used for burnt offerings, but the general rule is that it should be a male without blemish. They are brought to the tent of meeting, where they are drained of blood, broken apart, and the whole animal is to be burned in the fire, without the people eating any of the meat. While it is not made explicitly clear in this passage the difference between why you would sacrifice a bull versus a sheep or goat or a bird, it is likely meant to be tied to the financial standing of the person giving the sacrifice. In this agrarian society, in which money does not work the same way that it does in the modern world, someone who was able to sacrifice a bull would have been understood as somebody who was vastly more wealthy than someone who was only able to sacrifice a pigeon or a turtle dove. Essentially, God is giving the people instruction for each of them to give a sacrifice according to their means. But regardless of how much an individual has to give, the purpose is that they are giving the whole offering to God by burning the whole animal. The purpose for burnt offerings in chapter 1 of Leviticus is left unclear. The burnt offering of the bull is tied to the idea of atonement for sin, but the other two offerings described of goats and sheep, or pigeons and turtle doves, is not directly tied to atonement. I believe this is because burnt offerings are a more general subsection of offerings that contain atonement offerings as a type of burnt offering. Essentially, all atonement offerings are burnt offerings, but not all burnt offerings are for atonement.